The Knights. The Knights are a team that have obviously made one of the biggest signings of the offseason in Dylan Brown. He's a huge, huge buy for them, arguably robbed of the Golden Boot award. But their spine, that's the biggest question mark on what it's going to look. You got Kalyn Ponga, you got Dylan Brown, you got Fletcher Sharpe, you got Phoenix Crossland, and you got Sand and Smith. Like, how you fit them all in and who plays where, that's probably their biggest question.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question mark. I've spoken to Chris James. He's there as the head of footy. It is Sand and Smith is their only 7. There is no other option. Like Dylan, yes, but we've seen his best footy for New Zealand. He's one of the best 5'8" in the comp. Sandon is a genuine 7. He'll play on ball. He can do all their kicking. He'll get them around the park. He's matured a lot. There's no, like in my mind, there's no other option. Ponga's premier fullback. Dylan's a premier number 6. Sandon is your only 7. Phoenix Crossland's the New Zealand number 9. Like, it just fits. And I think they have to find a spot for Fletcher Sharpe, whether that's on the wing, at centre, probably not with Gags and Bradman Best there. Probably Marzu makes way for Fletcher Sharpe. But I think they have to. I know they're training with Sandon there at 7, Brown at 6. Ponga's been injured, so Fletcher's been training at fullback. But I just think he's going to be the 7, and I think he's going to have a good year.
I agree. I've never liked the idea of trying to turn Dylan Brown into a halfback. I think, I know now that he's signed that big deal, put the money aside now. You put him in your team and you give him an opportunity to play the best footy for your club and be the best player he can be. And that's at 6 for Dylan Brown. Luke said it earlier, and he would know better. There's a different pressure when you play as a 7, getting the team around the park, to a 6 and play your natural game where you just take cues and opportunities and those 50-50 calls. And I think if you put Dylan Brown in at 7, there's no guarantee. There's definitely a guarantee. I think it'll affect his game. We've seen the opportunities had at Parramatta over the years with Mitch Moses being out. It's taken away from his game, and there's no guarantee that he'd be able to build a combination and unlock Kalyn Ponga as a 7. I like the idea of Sandon Smith, someone steady, kicks well, can take that burden and free up Ponga, free up Brown, and hopefully they can form a combination that can unlock their attack, because it's hurt them for a long time now, their attack, their ability, not to be able to score points, but so much pressure on their defence. And they defended well in periods over the last few years, but you just can't tackle all game every week in the NRL against other quality sides. They'll just wear you down, and the season's too hard to play that way. So, listen, I hope they have a good season. I think it's going to be a bit of a journey. Whether there's any pressure on Brown if he doesn't start the season the way he finished the Pac Champs with that price tag, I think that'd be unfair to him. I hope everyone just puts the money aside now and gives him an opportunity to settle into the club, because no one. Yeah, I know they
definitely won't.
But if the pressure's going to come for anyone because it doesn't work out, the pressure should come to whoever signed off on the deal, whoever the recruitment was, whoever was the footy manager. That's where the recruitment, the pressure should go, because no one's going to blame Dylan Brown for taking that deal. Mate, if he was my teammate, I would have packed his bags and walked him up the highway. Like, it was an incredible opportunity, but
I think it's set up perfect for him. Like you said, if he comes in on 10 mil and he's the 7, the weight of that, and he's unfamiliar. So he plays 6, right? He'll automatically feel comfortable. They'll play him on the left. He knows he plays left short sides. He runs the ball. And the other thing for Sandon, perfect. He's got a $10 million player next to him. Everyone's going to be talking about Dylan. Sandon gets to play 7. He's not the main guy, but he's going to run him around. And he just gets to play his natural game as a 7. I think it's perfect. Yeah. I think they're going to go. I think they'll be way ahead of where they were last year. I know Justin's there too, who's he's a genius with attack, which will sort him out. So I think they'll be miles ahead of where they were last year.
The big thing for them is their forward pack. When you spend all that money in the spine, another part of your team's weak. And their forward pack, if you look at it, especially after losing Leo Thompson against the other packs, it doesn't look as good as those contending teams or anywhere close to it.
Well, that's, for Holbrook to try and instill some confidence and some understanding in what type of footy they want to play as a team, and to just give them simple roles that they can complete throughout a game that hopefully gives them enough opportunities for their strike guys to take over and take advantage of those opportunities. You don't need to set the world on fire as a forward pack, but you need to do your job and hold your own in the middle, get even share of possession, get decent yardage up the field, and a lot can be mitigated by Marju and your outside backs carrying those early plays. You just need your middle four and your couple of rotation guys to do a solid job. You don't need them to win you the game, but you can't have them losing the game by errors or conceding penalties, putting pressure on the team. And Justin Holbrook's a smart guy. He can get those guys to a level where they're doing enough to hopefully allow their strike weapons to take over.
I reckon you'll see a different brand of footy from them. Like I think they know they're not going to be able to mix it with these top teams through the middle, right? Tic-tac footy, which Adam O'Brien came from that Melbourne system where it's how you win big games. Yeah. Justin's come, he's the opposite. Like Justin's come, he's an attack. He used to drive Robbo mad because he just didn't care. He wouldn't talk about defense. He would Robbo was like, "How can you code like you don't?" But he's gonna. I reckon you'll see him shift a lot. You'll see Ponga out the back of a heap of shape midfield. Brown will have the ball in his hands, a heap down left short sides. Like I reckon you're going to see a different. He did it with the Titans.
Yeah,
that's what he did well with them. Like they were on the edge of the 8 most years. They played this attacking style of footy. They shifted a lot.
Could find a lot of points, couldn't they? When Holbrook was.
I reckon he's going to. You'll see a different Newcastle team. Yeah. They're going to shift the ball out of yardage. They're not going to play. They're not going to try and compete with the Penriths and Melbournes and Cronullars where they play the grind footy. They're going to play a different style, and they'll be better for it, I think.